Hello, for the fourth Sunday of Lent, using that second reading, which is Ephesians 5, 5 to 14, 8 to 14, and John 9, 1 to 41, another long gospel. And I entitle it The Blind Man from Birth. In this long gospel, there's a cast of characters and things. And the characters are like five, I think. It's the disciples. After Christ cures this blind man's from birth, and the disciples say, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents? That was the Jewish mentality of evil. It's because of sin. Who sinned? He or his parents? And then the Pharisees, well, they accused Jesus of sin. And as far as they accused, because he worked on the Sabbath. This is against Mosaic law. And Jesus cured a blind man from birth. How could he be a prophet or a good man? Sinner. And then, as far as, well, the parents, they come into the picture. Were they the sinners? Or they were questioned why and how is this possible? What has happened? The parents. And then there was Jesus himself, who was accused of being a sinner. And Jesus, we know, is the light of the world. So all the thing, but Jesus is giving this sign, using this blind man as a sign of who he is and what's going on here. And he is the light of the world. And so there is things here, light, darkness, and I add a 3, shadows. If Jesus is the light of the world, like the light in the world, when the sun shines upon good earth and it's day in that part of the earth or on that part of the earth. And when it doesn't shine, there's darkness. And as far as it's darkness, you can't see anything. It's like a blind eye from birth. And a shadow is a little bit of a combination of the two. Let me try to explain, at least my idea or meditation of this. If Jesus Christ is the light of the world, and light is God, all light, and Jesus is the light of the world, so his message, what he's doing, what he's showing, and who he is to bring a new light into the world. Oh yeah, creation was good, and there was light. In fact, God created the sun. Now, Jesus Christ comes into a world where it's a mixed up, sinful world in disharmony, and it isn't all good. There's a lot of darkness, there's a lot of evil, there's a lot of bad. And evil is like a blind eye. It doesn't, the blind eye, and it doesn't see. I know, a blind eye from birth is a physical evil. Eyes are supposed to be good eyes and see because of the light. Well, if Jesus Christ is the light of the world and you are blind to it because of your own fault, you don't get it. You don't get the light. You really become, along the eyes of Jesus, or the mind of Jesus, the will of Jesus, you're like darkness. And we associate darkness with evil, devils, and demons. But it's really like non-light. Evil is a big nothing where something ought to be and be seen and be enjoyed, and it's really good. Huh. What about a shadow? A shadow takes light in something in the way of the light, and then the shadow is projected on the wall or on the ground as darkness. So you have a combination there of the light around the black shadow on the wall. But the shadow is a big nothing. It's sort of like sin. There is really something to be there, but you can't see it. It's a big nothing. And when the obstacle is removed, the light penetrates and you can see the goodness of the object. I think that's really insightful as far as what Jesus gives this sign and cures a man born blind from birth. You can sort of take St. Thomas Aquinas sort of took the same idea, but he talked about what is evil, and he would say it's a improper relationship. That's what evil is. When our relationship should be good and beautiful and true, but if it's all screwed up, it's all messed up, it's disrupted to what it should be, it's evil and it's sinful. In a disruptive world, and with Jesus coming in with his message, what and how we are to act is light. Love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. Forgive your enemy. Be perfect as my heavenly Father. All that is enlightening the dead, non-operative eyes to see. And he tries to give us that. So just sort of in your own mind, go through the 5 cast of characters in this long gospel, John, and then try to see darkness as a nothing, and the light is God, or the light is Jesus Christ, the light of the world, and how it's all mixed up, and there's good and evil in the world now. Well, you could even say, old idea, mortal sin. Mortal sin is when you wind up in total darkness and turned away from God. Or you're not good, or you're not totally good, and so forth. It's like a shadow. There's light around, but there's a big dark spot, the big dark shadow. That's sort of like sin, a disruption of a proper relationship. I love this gospel because Jesus Christ is the light of the world. And in this little thick skull of mine or head of mine, I'm supposed to try to find that, feel that, believe that, experience that. And whenever you do, and to the depths that you or I do, we are enlightened with the message of Jesus Christ. And it's not a big nothing, baby. It's a big something. You are now the light of the world because Jesus Christ is preaching exactly that to you and to me. That we are supposed to be some lights in the world. We can be enlightened during these 40 days. Have a good day.